what the fuck has been happening and where I went. Because for those who do know me, one day I just decided I was going ghost and then I was gone. You know what? Since I was literally a little teeny tiny teenager, I wanted to have a YouTube channel and I wanted to help people and have my little vlogs and stuff like that, and I always just got in my own way. And I couldn't really figure out why until I took a complete detox, which I've done over the last few months. So I'm going to talk all about that, all about why I also think everybody should take a little detox. It doesn't have to be 4 months, it doesn't have to be that extreme, but or 2 years in YouTube's case. I feel like it changed my whole life, to be honest. Like, I know that's a little bit dramatic because so many people on social media say, oh my god, I drank this juice for 30 days and it changed my life, or oh my god, I done this for a certain amount of time and it changed my life. Like, genuinely, so many benefits from taking time off social media and taking time away, especially as a creator, because I started my social media growth journey literally in 2017 and never, like, although I was inconsistent with posting, I never actually stopped posting. I never actually took a break. I think that heavily resulted in my not severe lack of growth, because I definitely built a community and I definitely have people that want to see my posts and people that genuinely care about me and my growth and my journey and my story and my message. Although I have that community, I definitely feel the relationship that I had with social media was impacted by never taking a break. Just constantly putting pressure on myself and comparing myself to other creators that may have started when I started but have like exponential growth. So what actually happened? Last year was really hard in terms of content because I decided to quit my job, quit my actual consistently paying, safe and secure job, all in order to go after my dreams, which I still believe I should do, and I still believe that everybody should do. I genuinely be more prepared, but I genuinely do believe that we should go after what we want in this lifetime. Although I was ready in so many ways to quit my job and to have my own business and to go after all of the things that I want, in no way was I in the mindset that I am now back then. Don't get me wrong, I was genuinely trying and I did show up for myself and I did make some progress, but the thing is, I believe that the biggest progress that I made, ironically, in terms of social media and in terms of growing my online presence, is actually taking the break. For the first maybe 2 months, I was doing okay and I was posting, had some brand collaborations and stuff like that, but then one day I had a moment where I was kind of sitting there and I had to edit some videos, and underline the word had to, because that's when I kind of realized that it became a chore. I was so confused in why I wanted to be a creator. I was so confused in what is the point in me actually going and editing this video. Yeah, I want to show up for myself and I want to have my dream career and I want to have all these things, but like, it's a big fat effort. I kept having this thought of, if I want to do something, if I want this thing so bad, if I want to be a creator, if I want to have my own business, why the fuck is it so hard? August was a heavy month. There was a lot going on, a lot of change in my personal life, and when you have change going on for yourself personally, it kind of has a domino effect into a lot of other areas, and that very heavily spilt over into my career. I was like, okay, well then what am I doing with my entire life? You know, one of those like quarter life crises? Yeah, well, I had one. Maybe 7 since then. And I had to genuinely decide, okay, I can sit in this and I can, you know, be stuck and stagnant and not post or force myself to post, which then becomes unauthentic. My business is my baby, and for me to be so stagnant and for me to be so stuck in all of that and so confused and all of that was incredibly frustrating. But the thing is that there was something inside of me that needed to be worked on, that needed to be looked at in order for me to actually take a step forward. It was really hard for me to even admit that maybe I should take a break and maybe I should take a step back. Just even to breathe for a second. Little did I know what would actually come from everything that I did. On October 1st, I put up a story on my Instagram saying that I'm taking a social media break. I just needed to figure out what the fuck I'm doing with my life, and I decided to delete the apps. I deleted TikTok and Instagram. When I first deleted it, I was kind of a little bit like, what do I do with my time? Definitely found that when I first deleted them, I had an addiction to just picking up my phone. I'd be lying in bed just chilling on watching Netflix or something, and I would just pick it up every few minutes just to see if I had a notification. Our brains are literally addicted and so used to having notifications, and so used to checking your phone and being on your phone that I actually had to find things to fill my time up with. Pretty sure people on average spend about 7 hours on their phone. 7 hours is insane. Do you know what I've been doing with those 7 hours? It's actually crazy. I've been FaceTiming my best friend almost every day. And social media has so many negatives just as much as there is goods. For me, I think one of the biggest negatives that I found myself in a loop in was the comparison. So constantly comparing myself and my business and my posts. With that came a lot of anxiety that I was never going to get to where I want to be. And it kind of kept me paralyzed in everything that I was doing, or everything that I wasn't doing. Even if I had the same video, it wasn't getting the same engagement, I would beat myself up so bad. Now, I did learn that that's because I was trying to recreate what was already successful, rather than being authentic and just myself, which would have done so much better. I think genuinely it was affecting me because I was seeking a lot of external validation. So I literally had to go back to my absolute roots of why I wanted to be a content creator. When I went back to my roots, I was like, okay, why do I want to do all of this? When I started in like 2017, 2018, in around that time, honestly, I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be a famous YouTuber. I wanted all of my friends to be like, oh my god, she's a YouTuber. That was the hardest fucking shit I ever had to admit in my entire life. I remember sitting there chatting to ChatGPT, la 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 la, and then she asked me that question and I was like, I don't even want to tell a robot this answer. And even though my mindset and my values have changed since then, and everything that I want, all the reasons why I want to do this now is so much different back then, that was like the hardest, most embarrassing thing that I probably ever had to admit. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be famous. For me, it was like, it's not even fame, it was, I want to be famous so somebody can love me, so people will see my worth, so people will see my value. Girl, I don't need to be famous to be loved. I am not famous right now and I am loved by so many amazing, incredible people. Take August Kayla to now February Kayla, two completely different people with two completely different self-values and self-worth. Because Kayla in August felt she had this message, she wanted to share this message, but she was also a little bit tied to the 17-year-old version of herself that was like, I just want to be famous. Taking that break from social media has been very beneficial in terms of me being truly honest with myself about what was holding me back, because I do have the skills that it takes to do what I want. And I think that that's a good example of how nothing can hold you back by yourself, because there was literally nothing in my way. I wasn't working. I had all of the equipment, I had all of the skill, I had all of everything that I needed in order to do social media, but yet I wasn't doing it because of myself, and because I wasn't looking at myself and I wasn't connecting to why I might be getting in my own way. Definitely know that I hid behind social media for some time before I admitted to myself that I needed to look at myself. Genuinely, because doing the work is hard. I feel like in life it's so normalized to blame external factors to why you're not getting everything that you want and deserve. But it's our responsibility to look at ourselves as well. You know, it's our responsibility to do as much work on ourselves to go and get everything that we want, because in the end, you're the only person that's going to come and save you. You're the only person that's going to actually be able to give you everything that you want. It was me that was getting in my way because I didn't feel good enough. You can't come and make me feel good enough. Like, you can make me feel good enough momentarily, but not genuinely, wholeheartedly, soulfully good enough. When you take a break, you have time to slow down. Like, when you have time to slow down, you are able to listen to yourself. But don't get that mixed up with the fact that when you listen to yourself, you also have to be able to genuinely hear yourself. Although doing the work on yourself is so fucking hard, and although self-development needs to slow down the universe, I'm sick of it. Although I had such a splendid, gorgeous, beautiful time when I wasn't on social media and I didn't have that pressure of constantly posting or constantly sharing every little aspect of my life, there was very not pretty parts too. There were moments where I felt extremely bored and extremely lonely. Even though I was surrounded by people that I love and people that loved me, I still felt lonely, because there is a sense of that validation and that community and that acceptance. When you even just post normally on social media, you still feel validated, and when you feel validated, you feel less lonely. So there was definitely moments of ups and downs. So let me tell you a little about the ups. Starting with the fact that I am back on YouTube videos every single week. I am batch creating, so there's no delays in any of the content. We will have a YouTube video every single week. And of course I'm back on Instagram, so if you haven't followed me yet or seen my post that I put up yesterday, I look absolutely divine. A snack, a meal, if you will. I'm ahead of the game. I'm excited. I feel refreshed. I feel renewed. I feel more confident. I feel more authentic. I also feel like my relationship with social media has changed. Like I'm obviously less on it because I took 4 months off. I think I've learned a lot about myself and a lot about the content that I want to post and a lot about the kind of person that I want to be on social media. And I just want to be myself. I've also just gotten a lot more out of life, which I think is so bittersweet because this is my life. And this is something that I want to do with my entire life. When I took it away, I was able to be more present and I was able to be living life a little bit more. It actually makes me so grateful in my soul that I did take that break. When I rang Rebecca and I was like, girl, I think I should take a break from social media, I sobbed my heart out because I was like, what am I going to do in my life? I have nothing. Like, this is my whole entire life. And cue the cards to me also living life. Oh, I'm so happy. So my question to you is, do you think that you could take a break from social media? Now, it doesn't have to be like 4 months. You don't have to go full cycle. But I think even if it was like 3 days, even if it was like 1 day a week, do you think you could do it? Because honestly, I didn't think I could do it. Giving yourself time to slow the fuck down and to take a step back from the rest of the world that we are bombarded with, and instead come into yourself and to listen to yourself and reflect on yourself. Best thing I ever did for myself. I actually do have another question, and that is, did you miss me? Are you so excited for my video next week? And are you so ready to see my face every single week? And did you follow me on Instagram? And did you enjoy this video? That was my last 4 months of craziness and of the mindset shift that I've had and all of the joy that I've experienced along the way, and just a little bit of what the fuck has been happening and where I went. Because for those who do know me, one day I just decided I was going ghost and then I was gone. But I'm back. Yeah, I have run out of storage yet. That's lovely. Speaking of ADHD, just constantly putting myself. End of August, let's say. Anxiety. Logged out. Bye bye, Instagram. Cricket sounds. Is this relevant? Genuinely, it was affecting me because it's getting so dark. La 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 la.